Hello, I just wanted to create a quick video to show you guys how to beat these companies' ATS systems. So ATS is an applicant tracking system. If you just Google resume ATS, there's a bunch of links that tell you about it. Basically, when you send your resume to a company, there's a very, very high chance that computer software or a robot will be looking at your resume before it gets passed on to a human hiring manager. And these ATS systems are created to match keywords behind the scenes with what's in your resume. So if you're the perfect candidate and you've written a really nice resume, and then unfortunately your resume doesn't have enough keywords that match with the ATS system, you're just going to get a thanks but no thanks automated reply, and your resume will never make it to the hiring manager. So when I was in the market for a job about 6 months ago, I sent about 50, 60 resumes and didn't get a single reply. I knew I was qualified, had the education, had the work history, and that's when I started doing some research and realized that my resumes, in most cases, are probably never making it to a hiring manager. Then I came across how these ATS systems work. So I put together a little trick to beat these ATS systems. And the next 50, 60 resumes I sent, I probably got over 30 replies. So I'm fairly confident that this trick will work. So let's get to the trick. So here's basically my resume that I put together. As you can see, it's just a straightforward resume. Actually, the first resume I put together, I wrote myself, and it was just very kind of cluttered and dense. And then I sent it to a professional resume company, and they came back with this, and it was just a lot easier on the eyes, a lot more readable. So this is the resume I went with. So here's the trick. So let's say I want to find, and again, my background is in tech. I was a video engineer for DirecTV. Just as for example, so if I wanted to, look for a job, let's just say Amazon, I want to come here and look for a job that's a video engineer. So Prime Video, and again, obviously this applies to anything. I'm just kind of using this so I can show you my trick. So we'll just click the first one here. So this is the description that Amazon has written for this particular job. So in this job, there's a ton of keywords that they're expecting to see on a resume. And again, if your keywords and your resume don't match up with these job qualifications and requirements, then chances are your resume will never make it through. So here's what you need to do. Go ahead and highlight this entire job posting from top to bottom. Once you highlight it, copy it, put it in any kind of notes editor. Okay, once it's in here, what you want to do is you want to condense it. Condense it. So just give me a quick second. I'm just going to condense this, and you'll see why I'm doing this. And you can take out stuff like basic qualifications because that's not going to be a key word here. But keep condensing. Oops. You don't have to condense every line, but just get rid of these spaces. So once this is condensed, what you want to do is you want to copy all this and plop it right at the bottom of your resume. Okay, so now your resume just went from, 1 or 2 pages into 3 or 4 pages. So obviously you can't send this like this, right? So what you want to do is you want to highlight what you just pasted. Now come here and change the font size to 2. So now, as you can see, it's condensed into just this little area here. And the last trick is you want to come and you want to make this white. So now when you do this, the human eye obviously cannot see this, but the software ATS, machine language programs can actually read this. So what you've done here is you've taken every keyword that's in that job description and put it in your resume. And when you send this off and it hits their ATS systems, it's going to be a 100% keyword match. And the last thing I recommend you do is you come save this as a PDF file, because as a Word file, as you can see, you're going to get these little, grammar and incorrect spelling lines, and this might kind of throw a flag. And if someone just comes here and tries to highlight it, it's going to come up. But again, if you come here and you save this as a PDF file, and now let me open that up on my desktop. And you see here now, to the human eye, it just looks like a very simple, straightforward Word resume. But again, at the bottom here, you have the entire job description copied and pasted, and it's in such a small font size and color white that the human would never know it's there. But the machine language from the automatic tracking systems will definitely pick it up, give you a 100% keyword match, and pass your resume on to the person, to the hiring manager. And hopefully from there, you'll get some feedback, or at least a phone call or an email. Thank you.